Welcome, Ms. Joanne. My name is Joyeeta, and the exhibition that I reviewed is called the Malaysia Optical Fair 2022. A little bit background information on the exhibition. So what kind of exhibition was it? Malaysia Optical Fair, or MOF as its short abbreviation, is the grandest optical exhibition within ASEAN. ASEAN is the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. It is not only a great platform for Malaysian exhibitors, as locals can contribute to the optical industry, it also offers trade opportunities, provides information on the newest and latest of trends, and presents complete product showcases. This exhibition took place on the 16th and the 17th of April 2022. It started at 9 in the morning and ended at 6 in the evening. It was located in KLCC Convention Center on the ground floor of Hall 2. These are the four main exhibition organizers of MOF. Eric Ho, president of MOA, Edmund Teng, president of MAPA, Ahmad Fadullah bin Fuzai, president of AMO, and Stephen Ng Chun Lim, president of MOA. Throughout the presentation, I would like to focus on the floor layout. As you can see on your left, Malaysia Optical Fair 2022, the floor layout plan is very easy to depict and quite straightforward. Right after we enter the exhibition hall, if you look above, there is a symbol of a running man. It indicates that this is the main entrance, and as the running man, it symbolizes that it is also an emergency exit. Right next to the running man, on the top left, there is an information board. Through this, it can be implied that there is an information counter or a directions board right below it. However, it is not able to be found, and it also confuses the attendees there as they're not sure which way to go. As for the back of the exhibition hall, you can see that there is a large gap. The large gap is this picture here. In this large gap, right behind it, there is a cafe, and right above it is a lounge. As something I would like to suggest is that they could have put chairs for people to sit after they've walked around for a while, or because of the cafe and the lounge, they could have put maybe a small food stall or maybe a water station. I understand the reason they might have not put the food stall or the water station because it is the month of Ramadan and most Muslims would be fasting. However, most of the attendees that attended this fair were ethnicities of the Chinese and from Western cultures. As we look below at where the big gap is in the floor layout plan, there are two emergency exits on both sides of the washroom. These emergency exits are quite small doors, and it does not have a blue board like the information board or the toilets or the cafes, and it is quite difficult to depict or quite difficult to find. Not only that, there is also a booth that has blocked the entrance, and it is quite unsafe in case of an emergency. And in the middle of the emergency exits, there is a washroom. There was also a booth blocking the entrance of the toilet, but because of the big sign, people were able to locate it. As we move on, as I mentioned in the previous slide, that there was an information board, however, it was not found. And the reason it was inaccessible was because the office room for the information center was above. And right below it was the lift, and in front of the lifts, there were stands that blocked people from going in. And it can be assumed that the lifts were shut down because of the exhibition in general. I don't find that this is very convenient, as people can obviously want to find other booths, and asking the people of the booth and the tour guides, they're not quite sure of how to find a specific booth that a consumer is looking for. As we look to the right, that there is an electrician board, and it says it is a danger sign. It is in bright yellow and black, and it is quite vibrant, which is why everyone that walked past it saw it and no one stood in front, which is quite safe, I believe. Something I would also like to point out is that there were contradicting trash cans and the location of it. Not only does it contradict the MOF for wanting to be a more environmental friendly as it had reusable trash bins, but at the same time, having one black big bin kind of confused people as to where to throw it and where to throw their, I guess, their brochures or flyers. And I just remembered a lot of people were confused and standing around. Also, the location of where the trash cans are between two large booths and is not always visible to the naked eye. As for the types of booths, there were two main types of booths throughout the exhibition, island booths and linear booths. As for island booths, as you can see, the first booth is immediate as you enter the exhibition hall, and it is in bright orange and black. It also arches out, allowing more people to come in at once. I think it attracts consumers and customers a lot to the center because it is one of the largest booths at the exhibition. As for the second booth, it is located all the way in the end of the right where they sold sunglasses. I think they picked the color yellow for the booth design as they are mainly selling sunglasses, and yellow can be symbolized, the sun can be symbolized as yellow. As for the third booth, it is right in the middle of the exhibition, and it is actually sponsored by one of the brands, Zeiss, where they had a panel discussion. As for the linear booths, but once you enter the exhibition, both on the right and the left, till the very end, booths, they appear with their names and the numbers written on top, so you can see which booth you are entering and what they happen to offer. As I mentioned in the previous slide, this was Zeiss's panel discussion. They had their director, their person in charge, and project manager. They were talking about the experience of eye care in a whole new world, and they were discussing within each other as well as interacting with the audience. As one of the rare booths that I have seen were L-shaped booths. There were only a couple of L-shaped booths to present some of the glasses in drawers and just for window shopping. However, these booths were not as eye-catching or as eye-opening, and a lot of people just happened to walk past it. As for the visitors and activities, I had mentioned earlier that some of the visitors, some of the exhibitors were ethnicities from Chinese and Japan and Western backgrounds. I noticed some of the men were wearing suits and formal wear, and I assumed they were business partners. There were also local and international buyers. There were also students such as us, as you can see in the picture below. Some of the activities I would say that they did or promoted was the tonometer, which is the eye examination equipment. Some prototypes were seen, such as the retinal camera. And they did have a voucher, a free lottery ticket kind of voucher thing at the start, but that would happen towards the end of the exhibition around 6 p.m. Two details that I would like to add on and that I noticed in the exhibition that I think were quite important is that some exhibition booths had gift giveaways, and if you had bought their products or gotten a voucher from it, they would give you a packet. Another thing that I had mentioned before is that the emergency exits were not as easy to find and not in the best of locations. However, there were fire extinguishers at almost every corner throughout the entire exhibition, and it was located in a free area. And the fire extinguishers are quite vibrant and bright, so it was quite obvious, it was quite visible to the eye, and if there were to be a commotion or an emergency that took place, no one would collide and would know where to find it. Thank you for watching my presentation. That would be all.